Hi, my name is Ginette and I'm with Dogologue. We have to say that I'm specialized in puppies because it's the most important part. It's the foundation, right? It's the foundation. It's like so many people think like, oh, you know, it'll be fine, and then they wait, and and then bad behaviors start, and they continue, and then they call people like 3 years down the road, and they're like, oh, I have a major problem with my dog who is lunging and attacking every, dog he sees, for example. Whereas if we can start them really young with proper socialization and a really good foundation and teach them how to behave around other dogs, then we can avoid those issues, So people they kind of take for granted. Puppies are easy in the sense when they're babies because they're babies, and then once they get a little bit older. But if we start them off really well and you start the training right away, then you can avoid a lot of those.
So it's more difficult to take a bad habit from a big dog.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Think of it as on a scale, right? Like a weight scale. So every time the dog has an opportunity to practice a bad behavior, we're putting a weight on that side of the scale. Every time they get rewarded for doing a bad behavior, then we put another weight on that side of the scale. So you can imagine through time and habit, then that scale is going to be like this really quickly. Well, we can't eliminate those behaviors or those experiences. The only thing that we can do is we can stop them from doing the bad behavior and teach them a new behavior that is not compatible with the old behavior. So then what's going to happen is that by rewarding the other behavior, then eventually the scale is going to go like this, and then the bad behavior is going to go. Because he's, whatever. But I mean, dogs are dogs. They're going to be dogs. Their behavior is going to be different than our behavior. We can't say that one is the same as the other because it doesn't work that way. So the first prong thing is the fact that people don't understand. They don't understand dog body language. They don't understand how they work. They don't understand what their needs are, really. And so they're not communicating with them properly, or they're not teaching them the right thing. We have to teach them how to behave in a human society. They're not going to know that innately, right? Because they're animals. They're they go on instinct, right?
Yeah, we are the ones who think that they have to understand. We don't go to a bird and think they will have to understand that they have to go to that door, but with a dog we think we have to understand.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're impulsive and instinctual animals, right? So they have the impulse of going to the bathroom, they go to the bathroom, right? They have the impulse. Exactly. They have the impulse to, chew on something, they're going to chew on something. If they have the impulse to eat something that's available to them, they're going to eat it. They're not going to not eat it because, it's on the counter and they're not allowed to have it. It doesn't work that way. $500,000 is ridiculous. And a huge percentage of that happens in July when all of the leases start over. Yeah, just going to get rid of them. But one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they choose a breed based on looks, right? Mm-hmm. So for example, somebody really likes huskies. They really like the look of them. So they're, I really want a husky. But they lead very sedentary lives. They like to watch TV and sit on the couch. They're not outside very often. They don't really like to go for walks. They don't really like to exercise. Well, guaranteed that dog is going to end up at the SPCA. Because their basic needs of exercise are not met by somebody that has a very sedentary lifestyle. So what happens is that this dog who was created to run hundreds of kilometers per day, pulling sleds, and this is the reason why this dog exists, end up stuck in an apartment or stuck in a house and not able to, do the things that they're originally made to do. So it becomes an issue because then that's when bad behaviors start. They start to chew through walls, or they start to rip up couches, or they start because they're bored. They're bored and they have all this excess energy that they can't get rid of. And that's usually when bad behaviors start. Oh, right away. Dogs are super smart. Dogs are really smart, and they learn really, really, really quickly. The difficulty is doing it when there's distractions. Walking outside is a perfect example because there's distractions everywhere. So I can teach them really quickly to walk you know, in a heel position right next to me, they learn it really quick. You do a couple repetitions with some food and stuff like or whatever, and they get it. The difficulty is that the distractions usually have more value than the exercise that we're doing, right? So it's like, yeah, maybe the treat's good, but I think wanting to go and see this dog is way more fun. So I don't want to go and see the dog instead. You see what I mean? So that's the difficulty. So we have to teach them to work, you know, with all of those distractions and to ignore all of those distractions and to give more value to us and to give more value to the treat. And that's how we're able to successfully train them to do all of the things regarding. Hi, my name is Ginette and I'm with Dogologue. Today we are going to do a short little